happy to say, walked away from the accident. Here we are, we're going to watch it in slow motion.
Yeah, he tips it in here, and the front end tucks. There are a lot of bumps around this place, and when you're on the brakes over the bumps, it's really easy. We've seen it so many times in practice to lose the plot. And Waldman, overhead shot now the same as Waldman loses the front coming in. He's probably still on the brakes just a little bit there over the bumps.
Well, you wonder if there's a little bit of dampness there. I look out of the window, you certainly can't see any sign of rain, but he's out of the race. Ralph Waldman is out. The lead is taken over. Well, I suppose he is his teammate. He's only his teammate for a couple of Grand Prix a year. Lucky, the 43-year-old Italian there is Waldman, perfectly okay. I think his face tells it all, though. He's pretty annoyed with himself. Olivier Jacques now closes up on the rear wheel of the Aprilia of Lucky. Right behind them, Shinao Nakano. Man himself had a very big accident on Friday afternoon. Lucky to escape with a very badly swollen ankle. He told us at the press conference yesterday, and there's the Aprilia being taken away, I cannot walk, but I can still ride a motorcycle. And he's not doing too badly, is he, in third place. Fourth at the moment is Marco Melandri. Fifth is Ikawa. Sixth is the championship leader, Kato. This is, though, the battle at the front. And we've also already seen one Aprilia go down. Ralph Waldman out of the race, crashed out of the lead. Lucky looks behind him. Olivier Jacques thinks about coming up the inside, decides not to do so. And I would think they're all going to err on the side of caution a little bit at the moment, but Lucky is the man that can take them round. He knows if it's going to be damp, he knows where it's going to be a little bit slippery. Let's remind you, we keep telling you, he's the test rider for Aprilia. He can ride round here with his eyes closed.
So a yellow flag at the back of that screen, but that may be because we're coming up on the corner where Waldman crashed. I think it is, and they're just showing. Oh, we got two more machines down.
77. There is Jamie Robinson, the British rider.
And that's Jay Vincent, who's gone down as well.
Former British champions.
Oh, another bike. I think we got water on the track.
Without a doubt.
I think we may have a damp track.
Lucas Oliver. He's also out of the race, the Spaniard, and one would imagine there is something wrong with the circuit there as we speak. Olivier Jacques now takes the lead. Nakano thinks about riding around to the outside of Lucky, but certainly at that part of the circuit we saw two British champions go down absolutely side by side. We've seen Waldman go down, but we have a new leader with 16 and a half laps to go. Olivier Jacques leads here at Mugello.
The phone bar is fast and fun, and it's the easiest way to talk to exciting new people. You can swap messages or connect live for a private chat with anyone in the bar you like the sound of. With up to 240 people on the line right now, you're sure to find someone to interest you. Give it a try now and find out for yourself on 09069 121 131. That's 09069 121 131.
Yahoo?
Back with our leaders again as Olivier Jacques continues to hold the lead here from Marcellino Lucchi with Nakano, and that gap from third to fourth now, about 4.8 seconds.
That's the gap that matters, isn't it? Because these three at the front, no, they're not playing games,
no,
but they're fencing at the moment, aren't they? There's no doubt about that. And Lucky looks the most comfortable there in second place. But we've got to give full marks to Nakano, because I say he said he couldn't walk yesterday. He was a bit late for the press conference. He apologised. I had trouble walking up the stairs.
It took him a long time to get up the stairs.
It took him longer to actually get to the press conference to walk then, and he did actually qualify in second place. But a brave performance by him.
Well, that gap only 0.2 of a second as they cross the start-finish line. Really nothing in it there as Marcellino Lucchi. The only guy, well, there's been two guys to pass Lucchi today. One of them, Ralph Waldman, passed and looked like he was going to clear off, and then lost the front and went down. And now Olivier Jacques, who is having his turn at the front, with Marcellino Lucchi watching closely. Here's Ikawa still holding off Melandri as Kato sits on the back of that group. So we've got two trios separated by now 6 seconds. So the leading trio is pulling away from the trailing trio.
One would imagine nothing like Oliver Jack would like to do more is to open up a bit of an advantage over Luki. We'll have to wait and see. Anthony West, as I keep telling you, 2 big accidents in qualifying. He's now up into 11th place, so he's not doing so badly at all. Behind this battle, the battle of Kato in 6th place, we have Battaini, Boscura, Matsuda, Nieto, West, and we have another faller.
And that looks like it's going to be Melandre. Walking away from the machine, so Marco Melandre.
No, it's Luki.
No, it's Luki. Oh no!
Luki has gone. Would you believe it? We said he looked comfortable. The 43-year-old is out of the race.
And is it going to be the front or the rear that starts to come around? Well, same spot.
Same spot.
And he's going into the gravel right where so many before him have gone.
That's right. Well,
downhill.
So Luki out of the race. There he is, loses the front end. The 43-year-old who won the race here in 1998. His race is over. He looks perfectly okay. But really now, the 2 Yamahas, the Chesterfield Tech 3 Yamahas, are going to probably fight out their own private battle. And you can almost hear the silence around the circuit.
Absolutely. Now everybody's waiting for the 500 race here now.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be watching Marco Melandre, who's back in 4th place. And so easy to guess that it was Melandre to go down instead of the veteran.
Yeah, we probably did Melandre a bit of a disservice there, didn't we?
Absolutely.
Melandre chasing his first ever podium finish in the 250cc.
Well, that battle now becomes the battle for the 3rd place on the roster. Melandre, who's not had his best result came just 2 weeks ago when he finished 4th in France. And he's got an opportunity for a podium finish if he can do something about Melandre here, and of course if he can hold off Kato sitting behind him, and Kato learning this racetrack. He's not the sort of guy just to go for the points.
So we're riding with Marco Melandre, Toro Akawa on the Honda in front of him, the winner of course of the French Grand Prix just 2 weeks ago. He went off the circuit in that race, got back on in 4th place and then surprised everybody by getting back into the lead. There we are. You see it not from on bike, but from above. There's Melandre, now in 4th place. Just behind him, the championship leader, Kato. Akawa in 3rd place. At the front, the 2 Yamahas lead the way. We've seen Luki, out of the race, losing the front end. We've seen Voldman leading the race, out of the race, losing the front end. And really, just one particular bend seems to be causing the problem. It's the Savelli bend, the Casanova Savelli part of the circuit, where they just seem to lose that front end. You're looking at the tyre
both
now. Is that going to be...
Well, I was going to say both Luki and Wallman, unlike Nakano, Jacques, and Melandre, were using medium fronts as opposed to the harder compounds being used by Nakano, Jacques, and Melandre, and Ukawa, and Kato. So, for what it's worth, the 2 Aprilia riders who've gone down, Luki and Wallman, were both using a softer front tire.
Well, does that tell a story? We don't know. We wait till after the race. But this is the battle for the final position on the podium. This is the battle for the lead. Oliver Jacques leads his teammate, Shinyan Nakano. Nakano has won already in Malaysia and in South Africa, the opening 2 Grand Prix of the season. He crashed out in Spain but remounted to gain 1 World Championship point, and he finished 2nd in France 2 weeks ago. He lies 2nd in the championship at the moment, just 4 points behind Dejira Kato. Kato at the moment is in 5th place in the race, and Oliver Jacques, the Frenchman, he's in 4th place in the championship at the moment, chasing his first Grand Prix victory of the season. He won that final Grand Prix of the year last year in Argentina.
Yeah, Olivier Jacques with the final win of the season last year, as he won in Argentina, looking for his first win for some time, but he runs now 4th in the championship, and this season just getting underway. They've got a long way to go, still 225 points in play.
And he's 16 points, in fact, behind Kato, who leads the championship. There's not that big a gap, and he's only 12 points behind his teammate. And they're going to have a right old battle at the front. I don't think there'll be any team orders anymore. Kawa still holding off the combined challenge of 17-year-old Marco Melandre, the Italian on the Aprilia. We're back at the front, and Dejira Kato, the man who leads the World Championship.
Coming down the start-finish line now, with Olivier Jacques leading in there, just in case.
There we go.
Just in case Olivier Jacques didn't know, because Nakano obviously knows, but letting Olivier Jacques know that Marcelino Luki is out. Well, this, with 7 laps to go, Ukawa, Melandri, and Kato come across. And it's still Ukawa leading from the 17-year-old Italian Melandri. And in 6th place, Battaini has come across, and he's 17 seconds back. So 6th place, quite a ways back down the field. And 7th place has not come across the line in front of Nick and I here in the commentary position yet. So this race very, very spread out.
Yeah, that's the gap between 1st and 3rd. That's Jacques and Ukawa, 7.8 seconds. This is the battle for 3rd place. Ukawa and the Shell Advance Honda still holding 3rd. This is the race at the front. Ukawa quite happy to sit on the rear wheel of Olivier Jacques at the moment. And you wonder if Jacques would like him to come past and take his turn at the front. I think he'd have to slow the pace considerably for him to do that at the moment.
Well, the rest of the field now has come across the start-finish line. As we said, Battaini is 6th, Anthony West is 7th, Luca Bosco Scuro 8th, Matsudo 9th, Fonzi Nieto is 10th, Ivan Clemente is 11th, Sharon Uzi, the Malaysian rider, is 12th, Aleman is 13th, Adrian Coates 14th, and David Checa is in 15th position.
And I think that would be Uzi's first World Championship points.
No, he got points in France.
He certainly did. The first time the Malaysian had done it, but certainly Adrian Coates in 40th place, the Ulsterman, that would be his first ever World Championship points. So, while some of the established men go down at the front, probably gives some of the people at the back learning their trade a chance to score their first points or get something on the board for the first time. They come across the start and finish line now. There's going to be 6 laps to go. And Jacques still leads Nakano, but Nakano has gone in front of him for the first time in this race. Shinjan Nakano now leads the way. Olivier Jacques is taking his turn at the front, settles in behind him as they go round the right-hander at Donato.
Well, as Nakano taking his first turn at the front now, Shinji Nakano, who's running 2nd in the World Championship. Let's just run down those crashers that we've had so far in this race. Luca has crashed out, David Garcia, Knowles, Jay Vincent, Lucas Oliver Bulto has crashed out, Jamie Robinson, Ralph Waldman. So, and then Jensen, Stigefeld, Gimbert, and Hoffman have entered the... No, Hoffman has crashed. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crashes so far. And here's the draft pass made by Nakano on Olivier Jacques to take the lead just at the beginning of the lap that we're on now. And it looks like Nakano starting to put some distance between himself and the Frenchman.
Certainly there's a little bit of sunshine out there, or am I wrong, because of the shadow of the bikes on the tarmac. But this would be a tremendous performance by Nakano if he won the race, because he took a fearful tumble on Friday afternoon, and there was a little bit of silence in the press room. You always know then that it's been a bad crash. He injured his ankle very badly at first. There was fears that he'd broken his ankle. Very, very badly swollen, ligament damage. As I say, he said, I can't walk properly, but I can ride a motorcycle. He's the politest and nicest man you'd ever wish to meet, and he apologised for being late. Like I said, I had trouble getting up the stairs. He's having no trouble at the moment. He leads this race from his teammate, Olivier Jacques.
Well, just to remind you, at the beginning of the race, as we see the battle here for 3rd, and Kato has now moved up past Melandri into 4th place, chasing Ukawa. It was at the beginning of the race that we just had a few drops of rain come down. We saw it raining rather heavily on the back section of the track, and Nick, coming up from the press conference, confirmed to me that it was coming down a bit here. It looked like it was going to be Groundhog Day again, as we had the deja vu situation from Spain, but fortunately, the rain has stayed away, track stayed dry. These crashes may have had nothing to do with any water on the track, but just the fact, as Jeremy Ferguson of Dunlop pointed out when he brought up the tire sheet, that all the riders have been told that front tire choice very important today. So easy to lose the front end on these bumpy downhill corners.
Plenty of that. Great race for 3rd place. Kato now is 4th behind a car. He's going up the inside of him. Will he get him on the brakes? No, he won't. These two, as we've seen in the first 5 races of the season, race against each other in the All Japan Championship. They know all about each other. They're tremendous rivals, and Marco Melandri probably do well just to sit back and keep with them at the moment and just see what happens, because these two are quite capable of producing tremendous performances. There we are, perfect illustration. You're watching the championship leader in front of you, and the man in front of him is Tura Okawa, who currently lies in 3rd place in the championship. Shinji Nakano at the front has won 3 Grand Prix. He chases his 4th Grand Prix victory. But terrific onboard camera work. You can see the vast crowd there as they go round the right-hander. And Melandri hanging on